Turn 10, so I cleared the 2 sites planned, and it went pretty well. The first was the Lost Library. I sent all my troops. I used one cheetah to go on the left of the Lost Library and bait the Evangelist and the Priest, who could not attack her with ranged attacks because the Evangelist doesn't have any, and the Priest has Spirit Ray, and my troops have Strong Will thanks to Blood Brothers. So I just had to deal with these 3 units, and actually one of the Reanimator also went after the Cheetah. So I had only 2 units to deal with, and I was able to focus the experience on my leader and rogue. But I lacked 3 experience points to level up the rogue. I'm trying to focus the experience on the rogue because you've got some very good heroes abilities when you play rogue, and especially I'm targeting level 11 where I can get total awareness, and then level 13 when I can get scouting. And besides all the things I can already access, which I could use when I know where Marcus is, namely the Invisibility and Stealth Commander, Urban Stealth Commander. So I'm waiting to see where Marcus is, and then I might split my troops. Then I did the Crystal Tree, and let's have a look at it. So my idea was to swarm the enemy units and deal enough damage to them so that they cannot, when I'm adjacent to them, they cannot move away without taking an attack of opportunity that would kill them. So I just charged forward from turn 1 after carefully considering how I would deal damage to them. And in order to, the idea was really that they cannot move without being killed. So you've got 5 enemy units, I've got 7 units of my own. I've got 2 units with first strike, so I've got to take advantage of that. It means I can keep the units with the more HP. No, actually, I'm saying kind of bullshit. The first strike is not really important for run 1. It's important for later rounds to immobilize some units, but here I really need to put them below at least 13 HP, but even more because you've got Omen of the Dove. Oh, even less, sorry, because you've got Omen of the Dove, which reduce physical damage by 3. So ideally they should be less than 10 HP. But here they are grouped, so I can keep them at 20, and it can still work. Also, you've got to take into account that Tigrans are especially good for this kind of strategy because they've got Predator, which gives +3 damage on attacks of opportunity. So these 2 I send my my leader and my hero to deal with them. Then this guy is behind. These 2 are guarding, so for the 3 others I will try to flank them. And so in order to flank this guy I need to go here or there with my leader. Here seems very complicated because I've got 7 axis movement range, so I can reach it, but I would need to go in front of him. So instead I go here. But then I've got this one which is preventing me from moving like this. So I would need to move him and attack him from the back. So I can use a cheetah to go here and then try to turn him, and then I can move. And it can work if he looks this way. If he looks this way, I will take an attack of opportunity here. But unfortunately it didn't work that way. But my leader has I chose the hero upgrade martial arts, which gives +5 defense against attack of opportunity. So you can still move here, and because of the damage is only physical. So you've got Omen of the Dove, reducing it by 3, so it's only 3, and then I've got my martial arts, so I'm taking almost no damage actually, so it's not a big deal. So this one, I'm using one cheetah, and then I'm using the throw sun spear, flanking it. That was the idea, at least. And then it should be quite low on the HP and should not be able to move without being killed by the cheetah. Then this one is pretty dangerous with his firebomb, so I send 2 cheetahs, this one, and I should put him at least at 20, and then because I have 2 cheetahs, he should not be able to move. And the good thing also with pounce is that you are guarding, so you cannot be flanked, which could be problematic if you are flanked and you are not, you don't have an area of threat around you, and the units you were guarding or can move away without attack of opportunity. And then finally this one I send the chariot and the cheetah. So in theory this one takes 1 pounce, 1 throw sun spear, 2 pounds, 1 charge, 1 pounce, and these guys 1 hit each, and they are guarded by 2 heroes, and then this should be fine. So that was the plan. Also my rogue has this item giving guard breaker, so I can use sprint, and actually it's not really useful, but I can use sprint and then guard break it if I need, but actually it doesn't make a big change in this fight. But at least in other fights it can be quite useful to have this guard breaking on the rogue with Assassin Strike, which actually I use Assassin Strike here, and with First Strike. So here, as I said, I would have needed the cheetah to end up here to be able to move without taking an attack of opportunity, but the pounce ended up here, so I need to take the attack of opportunity. I'm checking how much damage I do to see if there is any issue, and then keep moving. And as you saw, I took only 2 damage from the attack of opportunity of the apprentice. Not a big deal. Now I sprint, move behind the Dwarf Apprentice and guard break him plus Assassin Strike. So here I made a mistake. I should have used the Sun Spear when I was here, and the Goblin Apprentice would have been lower on HP, because here actually I was in danger that he would retreat and he would have survived an attack of opportunity, and then he could have, for instance, attacked my leader, and then maybe these guys could have flanked him. But I was lucky it didn't, because when I'm here I am engaged and I cannot use the throw sun spear anymore. And actually I did that because I wanted to use the throw sun spear on the Orc Apprentice, for the same reason, to avoid him disengaging and attacking. But then I was not able to do that actually. And then finally the last pounce. Yep. And then they all attacked me. The Goblin Apprentice didn't try to escape. Yeah. Also I did it this way because he would have had only 1 attack, because he used an attack of opportunity on my leader and on the chariot, so he had only 1 action points left. So even if he disengaged here, he could attack only once, and I would probably not die with my leader. So then only 2 units left alive. This guy can attack my leader because I don't have tireless, and so I try a 25% chance charm, lesser charm, on the Goblin Apprentice, and it works. So now I've got 1 apprentice with me, which is pretty interesting, especially with phase. And eventually I try to get as much experience as possible on my rogue. And finally I finished the apprentice. I recruited the Orc Sorcerer. Oh, actually, sorry, I did that last time. So I sent the Orc Sorcerer with my Settler, and next turn I can reach that area and settle. I will be a bit slower with my units, but that's fine because anyway I will have the income after the city is settled. I think I should be able to clear it, I mean, after it's settled for its first turn. I got a free spell at the Lost Library, and that's Voluntary Union. Interesting, but nothing crazy. And so I'm continuing to research Steadfast World. And yeah, it unlocked Essence Harvest, so depending on what Marcus is playing, I should probably research that soon. I loaded up Scott Death March, but not using it this turn because I've got no urgent matters to escape. So next turn I will take this, explore, and if I need it I can Scott Death March the Scott, or I can use it on this guy. And I discovered the bridge here, so I'm going to move in this direction, try to locate a cave entrance. Sending this guy back, and this guy explored a bit, took the mana stash here I think, or here, and then explored a bit. I found a dungeon and an inn, so I'm probably going to clear this region, then go back, then clear this region, settle around here, and then go clear the dungeon, because it really gives a big advantage to get the T3 from the dungeon. Then maybe I can just move on the surface, even if I hate Arctic. I will have to think about it again. Okay, so yeah, what I'm producing at my throne, I'm going for an observatory, which would allow me to reach the haste berries after I grow, and boost my research obviously, and then I would be able to produce the berserkers in one turn, even without 400 happiness. And also the ups would be good for when I get to Protector Economic, which will be, if we stay like this, 5 points per turn. I need 110, so I need at least 22, 23 turns, but that's going to be faster actually, because after I settle this I will get a lot of bonuses. Thanks for watching, see you next time.